Well, he's got some weapons here.
Ooh.
Let's see. That's a lot of Baneling.
So we're still waiting to see what the tech is. Okay, Dark Shrine.
Okay. He does have a Stalker. Make sure that Overlord can't quite get in.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a Robo, have we?
Now, this is kind of a funny tech we've got from Trap. It's just 2 gates.
This is
and
not
then
even a build order.
Yeah.
This is not something that we ever see.
This is almost like someone's trying to make an airplane, but there's no wings on it or something. Like, it's got almost all the parts of it, but the thing is, I don't know if anybody's ever, like, Dark is anticipating this. Like, late Robo into 2 DTs on ground. Now, there are spores here. This Dark's timings are pretty sharp. But what about at this third base? There's really not very much to defend. Okay, so this is not going to do anything.
Damn, that's some far vision.
Yeah.
Ah! That was really good. Okay, so the DTs, I mean, they haven't really done anything. But, you know, Dark instantly needs to get a layer up. But notice how heavily he's droning as he sees this.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like,
he can't be punished.
Yeah.
This Cape Boy, listen, this is a guy, this is an outer space game, and this guy has a bladed weapon and wears a cape. Like, what are we doing?
I know, there's not even air in space.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. But here we are, and I think Trap's opening was completely fine. Look at this. He's on, like, basically already after this round of probes, he's full 3-base economy. It's going into Blink and +1. There is a Dark Shrine. I mean, a Dark Shrine. Oh, my God. A Spire coming up for Dark. Okay?
I was wondering what
it's like, what? How did I... Well, I actually, in my head, I call Dark Shrine the Dark Spire because it's so tall like a spire.
Oh, is that what you do in your head?
I do all sorts of weird things in my head. A lot of cannons have been added up. Of course, a Baneling Nest on the way. Let's see what these mutas get done, and let's see if he keeps making mutas, because it's like it's up to Dark here how mutalicious this game gets.
Okay, so he comes in here, and it's just 1 cannon, and so the Mutalists don't have to respect the cannon at all. Instead, they can just start to wrecking ball these probes down, and then they can fly over here towards the natural. Now, there should be a Stalker Blink in here to try to shoot this away, but honestly, 17 kills and probably more to come is pretty damn good here for Dark. Keep in mind that Dark is maxed out. He might not even need these mutas later on. He might throw them into an attack somewhere else and then hard shift his tech.
Dude, he has so many Lings right now.
Yeah.
He has over 100 Lings. He's making a bunch of Banes. But there's Colossi on the way. And if we get, like, +2 Colossi, if we have, like, 4 +2 Colossi, those Lings are going to evaporate. All right, the Muta's flying over, getting mostly shot down.
Okay, so these mutas doing a good job firing down whatever else they can get. Again, these mutas are not essential for the later part of the game, so it's almost better to kamikaze them into the probes and just try to get what you can, and then free up that supply, fill that in. And again, you know, similar to Game 1, Dark's in a very comfortable spot. Trap, idea-wise, actually, this wasn't that different from Game 1, except that he tried to basically pull the rug out from under Dark and hope that Dark just literally would not factor in DTs walking across the map, but it didn't work. And now Dark's in a very scary spot here. We're watching Trap on 4 bases, but I worry if any attack is too powerful, it could run over Trap's army and possibly even end up destroying one of the only expansions he has.
Well, he's got some weapons here. Ooh. Let's see. That's a lot of Banelings. Oh, the force fields are real, though. He blows them up, sends these Banelings in, chases them down with a disruptor hit. Some more Archons coming to the front here, and it seems like Trap has been quite efficient against that army.
Pretty insane hold there, to be honest. Keeps all 3 of the Colossi untouched. Continues to move forward. Really brilliant force field wall that was torn down, but it bought enough time there. And now the counter push is really coming in here. Trap comes in here, picks that off. Apparently he's not going to commit, though. He backs up and decides to regroup.
Oh, I felt like actually this was a perfect opportunity. If he goes pure Archon from there, I think he has a real shot at just killing Dark. All right, he's backing up. He's actually making Immortals right now. I almost feel like he's seeing something that's not happening. Like, Immortals don't feel like they're the play here.
That's pretty sick drop over there.
Yeah, not a bad one. Oh, that's where he hit the spider.
Yeah.
That's funny. I hadn't noticed that.
Glad we caught that.
All right, more Archons are being added in.
And I think the Archons are a great way to play this. Oh, this could be pretty sick. Is he gonna?
A really good hit. Not anymore.
Cast it like this now.
Well, you got to be quieter. You might see it.
They might hear it.
We want the big hit.
They might hear our play-by-play. Again, Trap really proceeding with caution here. But you know, in game one, he pretty much had an impotent army, constantly trying to threaten the Zerg. This time, he's basically staying back until he knows he's going to have some real muscle to back this.
Oh, blows up the Disruptor before he can get it shot off. A lot of Archons in here now, as well as Immortals.
Oh my God. Beautiful wall there, but I mean, with such surgical precision, Dark just dismantles this. But again, Protoss still has a lot to push through here. The Colossi have been picked up, so the only splash now is the Archons. A lot of them are very low.
Yeah, the Immortals started to do some work there, but then the Blinding Cloud came down, and now as more Lings enter the fray, he's got to back up, get his reinforcements in here. Oh, the Immortals starting to get picked off. Archons as well, just one remains.
Yeah, and there's too many significant tech units that are disappearing here in these fights to where the Lings can basically clean this up. Another Immortal goes down, and such a punishing exchange there. You know, when we saw the Archons basically make a wall, you want the Banelings to hit the Archons because they're so inefficient, but there was a crack in that push, and the Bane spilled through while the Vipers harpooned the Colossi in, and what looked to be a very powerful army, if well orchestrated, was suddenly punished, fell apart, and I really worry for Trap now in the rest of these games. Dark supply is spiking back up. The map is free for him to expand and grow into. Trap on 4 bases here, Dark on 5, and soon to be 6.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of where Trap's at after that. He's sending out some DTs for some harassment, never a bad idea.
Think of how many Robo units were picked off. Now, granted, we have 2 Robos in this game. There were so many Immortals, and I mean, all the Colossi literally were killed off there. So, a moment like that, you have to wonder how long is it going to take for a Protoss to ever get back there, and apparently with some misclicked rally point here. The Colossi just walks right into this. If that wasn't a sign of what's to come, I don't know what else is. I mean, every Robo unit's so important. You actually saw Trap kind of slouch in his chair after that happened, where you sort of realize, wow, things are not going well, and now he's not really on top of where his units are going.
Enough is going wrong that he's got to be feeling pretty bad about the situation. More Archons being added in, a lot more Colossi as well. Maybe he can make a really cost-efficient force here. But, I mean, the Vipers are out. It's going to make the Colossi have a much harder time. Look at that. Just yoinks one in immediately.
Oh, the base at the top here. There's just too much everywhere. Dark is creaming. Trap, there's no way to recover. This 4th base is going to go.
Ouch.
And that is going to be now the 2-1 lead. Dark back on top.